God, my man looks good.
So does my man. Look at him.
Mine's shirtless. What do you want?
So is that the statue that we saw a while ago?
I'm gone 10 minutes and you're having a hoot nanny?
Hoot nanny. What?
Take Sawyer away from me for 2 episodes and make him awesome.
Wow.
You implied he wasn't awesome before by saying make him awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't be saying uh-oh when Richard walks in because that man is hot as well.
Kate's not gonna like that. Well, this is gonna be a semi-awkward reunion next episode.
Kate just can't avoid love triangles.
Fuck Kate.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Michael, Kristin, and I are back for Lost Season 5, Episode 8, LaFleur. And of course, we are without Kevin Hanna. So, sadly, no tiny hands.
Thank God. Bye.
Lots of things have been said that I run scared at difficult times, which is not true. But I do think it's a coincidence that in this episode, it's confirmed that John Locke saved everyone. He stopped the flashes. Everyone's alive because of Locke and his sacrifice that he made. And all of a sudden, Kevin's nowhere to be found. Isn't that weird?
It's interesting how that happens, right? But you know what's more important than that? The most important thing ever? Sawyer's back. Sawyer's back.
He is.
And it's an entire Sawyer episode. And I mean, what better way to celebrate than with my Sawyer shirt?
Yay.
Had to wear it.
Technically, it's not a Sawyer episode. It's a LaFleur episode.
Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Same
You
man.
alias.
Same hot man. But I do have a couple of fun facts here. So he obviously has changed his name to LaFleur. LaFleur in French means the flower, and I think it's a really cute little moment that at the end he brings the flower to Juliet. Yeah. I just think that was a really cute little thing. We've joked about this. This episode is where the whole guy liner came from, where people started thinking Richard was wearing eyeliner. This is where this whole thing kind of sparked the jokes and whatever. Of course, it's been disproven because he's done interviews and it's obviously just dark lashes. But a fun fact, Richard was in The Dark Knight, if you didn't know that part, and he did actually wear eyeliner.
Oh, really?
I've seen Dark Knight, and I don't remember him in The Dark Knight.
He's the mayor.
Oh, okay.
You know when the Joker slams the guy against the window?
Oh, yeah.
He's the mayor that stood at the window and gets the fright.
Yeah, but he did wear eyeliner in that movie. So
Why?
He wore eyeliner, just not in Lost. This is also the first Sawyer-centric episode since season 3, Every Man for Themselves. Way too long. We should have way more Sawyer episodes.
What?
Yep.
That's actually crazy.
I know. Let's not go so
didn't even
far.
notice that.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously been in episodes, but to have a Sawyer Yeah, it's been
that
too long.
Wild.
I want to complain. Who do I complain to? There should be more Sawyer episodes. But
Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse. That's who you complain to.
I'm going to call them right now. We have a couple continuity errors here. The Williams Cyclone pinball machine that's in the background when Sawyer's getting questioned in the rec room by Horace. That was made in 1988, and they are, of course, supposed to be in 1974 at this point. So, whoopsie. And then Charlotte was told to us by Ben that she was born in 1979, and again, they're in 1974, so they might have forgotten her birthday there. Whoopsie.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. We'll forget about it.
Also,
and then,
why change Sawyer's name in the first place? You didn't need to. It's the 70s. No one knows Sawyer.
I mean, it's true. It's true. But the other thing, Juliet, when she comes out from underneath the car, she's got the little bandana on, and it was black and white. So we had a little black and white action.
Oh, I was going to say it's very reminiscent to what her sister wears as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When she's going through her treatment.
Yes. Yep. I agree with that. All right. So let's get into this episode, shall we? I know Jake was like, what?
Yeah.
In this episode.
Well, I did want to say real quick before we get into it, share, comment, subscribe. Let's just say it at the beginning. If you want to hear us talk more about Sawyer, if you want to hear us call out Kevin Hanna every single episode, then absolutely subscribe and comment your spoiler-free thoughts. So
yeah, definitely. Well, of course, this episode starts right back where Sawyer, like, we have the whole lock of it all. We were all praying to God that we'd never had to see that leg again. Thankfully, we did not. But they did kind of our flashback of him going down into the well. And we know that Sawyer was holding on to that rope because we got a brief part of that before we went back to the John Locke situation of it. But this is the continuation of it. So Miles telling him, I think you can let that go now. Sawyer is, of course, immediately like, we gotta like dig up. Like, I love that he like is like, let's dig this up. What, you're gonna have to dig for a long time. Like, this is not a smart plan. To which Juliet's like, yeah, let's not do that.
It's really silly. There's nothing he can do, but I do really like that him and Locke didn't have the best relationship, but I do like that he's like John's down there. We need to save him, even though, come on, Sawyer.
Right.
You're not that stupid. What are you gonna do? Dig through the earth?
Right, like we're gonna dig to China. No, I do love, again, we see this constantly, and we're gonna see it again constantly through this episode, that Juliet is always the voice of reason. Like, yes, we all want to save Locke, but that is impossible to do. So we just have to like let it go and hope that it all works and all those things. And she's like, this is obviously wherever we are was before this well was built. And then Miles says, way before. And he looks over, they all go and look where he's looking, and we see the statue that was not a statue ever that we've seen. It's only been a foot, and now we have a statue. So they are way, 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 way before.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, we've been waiting since season 2 to see this statue, so it's been a very long time, and I'm curious what it is. Again, I'm going to assume it's of Jacob, whoever Jacob actually is. So,
yeah.
I was obsessed with the statue. Obsessed. It was like one of my favorites. Do you know what it is? Did you ever watch Jason and the Argonauts?
No.
Yes, I have.
Classic movie, like stop motion, like skeletons and stuff. And it scared the hell out of me as a kid because there's a scene where a statue comes to life.
Yes,
and
yes.
They have to pull the thing out of it. It's Achilles, I think. They have to pull the thing out of its ankle, and this like blood gushes out of the statue, and it traumatized me. It's a fantastic film. It's really, really good. So whenever I was watching Lost, this statue just like gave me chills. Like just the idea of it like turning its head or something is like, is it alive? I don't know. There's crazy stuff on this thing. But yeah, the statue was one of my favorite things to learn more about. I was like, I want more of the statue. So when this happened, I got chills. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I think too, I mean, obviously, we're going to have to wait even a little bit longer. We're getting a piece of it here because then immediately we see that Locke has turned the wheel back on to its rotation. And they have another massive, like, flash here to which they all were like, this was different. This felt different. And they're like, my headache's gone and my nose isn't bleeding. And Juliet's like, I think it worked. Like, I think good job, Locke. Whatever you were doing down there, buried underneath the ground, but yay, you. And when they kind of awake from this moment, the well is back. And so Sawyer immediately is like, okay, I'm going to get Locke, jumps in, and that well is now filled in. So where are we? We went before the well was built. We know that Locke went down the well, and now the well's there, but it's completely filled in, which, why? Like, question. I remember me watching this for the first time and being like, why did they fill it in? Like, why did they fill it in? So, yeah, lots of questions there. But with that, they're going to go to 3 years later. They're going to immediately jump us to 3 years later. And I know that Jake was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was confused.
A lot. I mean, we eventually go back and forth. We are going to keep going back and forth 3 years before, 3 years after. But I remember Jake watches being like, so we're just going to like skip all that? How did this happen? Like, I remember being Jake going like, why are we skipping 3 years ahead? But we have 3 years ahead and we see the Dharma. We've seen we've got the TV screens up there. We got the jumpsuits going. They're having a little party, little one-on-one, little date action. She's wearing a Geronimo Jackson shirt. That keeps popping up. But they're dancing. Got another guy coming in going, you're not supposed to do this. You're on the clock. He's like, no big deal. It's fine. When the polar bear is going to get out of its cage or something. I do love that they threw that back there a little bit. But this is why you don't party at work, because Horace is out there drunk with dynamite. It's not a good thing when somebody is drunk with dynamite. I feel like there's so many bad things that are going to happen here. But
you remember who Horace is, Jake?
Yeah, wasn't he the guy who was like in charge on the island of Dharma when Ben and his dad came in?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
He's the guy that saved Ben, like helped deliver Ben, and then brought him to the island. And we
Yes.
also saw him in the dream that Locke had, where he was like pushing over the trees, and he helped him find the cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I also was wondering who says hoot nanny. Like,
You
Big in
know
the
you're back.
70s.
Yeah, you know you're back in time when someone's saying hoot nanny. But with that, because Horace is out there blowing things up, they're like, we need to wake LaFleur. And they are scared of this LaFleur. They're like, I don't want to go wake him up. You go wake him up. No, I'm not waking him up. You wake him up. They were like, did not want to do this. And then they were like, okay, but if we don't wake him up and something worse happens, we're going to be in even more trouble. So voice of reason, they decide to go over to LaFleur's house. Again, they're still like, you knock. No, you knock. I'm not knocking. Like, I love that they're so afraid of this LaFleur guy. And they finally knock on the door. Door opens, and it's revealed that LaFleur is Sawyer. And I'm so very happy. Yay me. But he also is like, crap. I guess I'm going to go to work. Like, I love that he has a signature line of son of a bitch. It's like, it's all the things that we needed back. Haven't had Sawyer in a couple episodes. I mentioned that last week. So it's, great to like just jump right in with the son of a bitch right off the bat. So
And also his jumpsuit says that he's head of security.
yes.
It's like, he's doing okay for himself.
yeah.
It's also funny that we've had like 2 episodes that were almost completely off island, and then this one is entirely on island.
Entirely. But yeah, so he does go and picks up Miles. I guess Miles is a buddy in crime here. But they are going out, and he's like, we got to go get Horace. And he's like, why is he out there? And he's like, I don't know. Let's go get him. Like, who knows? Let's go find out. But they do drive out there. At this point, Horace is drunkenly passed out with a fire going behind him, bottle in hand. He had a really good party. He partied it up out there. But Sawyer brings up, like, go put that fire out, clean this mess up. I'm going to go take him back. And he's like, well, why don't you do that? I'll take him back. And Sawyer mentions, you want to deal with Amy and tell her where we found him and how we found him? And he's like, never mind. Listen, we don't know Amy, but we're going to meet Amy. And any time you have to bring home a drunk husband and have to explain something, probably not a good thing to do. But Sawyer's a good guy at it.
Also, when we learn about the condition Amy's in, it's like, yeah,
Right.
Horace kind of almost, you could say almost as bad as the actor that plays him. We've been through this. That
We
guy
have.
sucks.
He
But
does.
also, he's lucky he didn't just kind of drunkenly wander out of the pylons.
Right.
Like, he didn't know what he was doing. He could have been
No.
fried.
Right. I mean, that, again, we talked about don't drink and drive, don't drink and do dynamite. I don't know what to tell you.
Don't drink and fuck with sonic fences.
Right.
Yeah. We don't want another Mikhail situation.
Obviously, that
Maybe
didn't
we
work.
do.
Right. That didn't do anything either. But yeah,
Still miss
so
Mikhail.
what?
I've said this several times. He was such a great villain. I love Mikhail.
He killed Charlie. We don't talk about
I
him.
know he did.
Horrible man. Anyway, Sawyer does bring Horace back to the house, and this is where we do find out that Amy is full on pregnant, and she's like, where'd you find him? What's going on? And he's like, well, why don't you tell me, little lady? Why did I have to go pick up your drunk man out there with the pylons and the dynamite? And she's like, well, we had a little bit of a fight. Sawyer's like, yeah, this isn't a little fight. What's going on? And she's like, it was about Paul. And we don't know who Paul is. We don't know why Paul is even of significance, but Sawyer's like, oh, okay. And then, of course, Amy goes into labor, and we all know that women don't give birth on this island. So, question mark, what's happening here?
Also, just on Amy, I just want to mention, I'm a huge fan of 24. It's like one of my favorite shows, and she plays Michelle in 24. And so as soon as she turned up in it, I was like, oh, damn, like, Michelle, cool.
That is awesome. Good show.
I was just I was trying to, like, once I saw she was pregnant, I'm like, you know, who is she pregnant with? I'm trying to think of, like, if there's a special character we should be focusing on. I'm sure maybe that'll come up in another episode, but
I don't know. Also, I mean, I also find this funny too, that like I remember when I was first watching this, like when they're arguing about Paul, I was like, is Paul, like, does she have an affair? Paul's like the baby daddy. Like, I was like trying to figure out this whole mess of why we were like blowing stuff up. But yeah, so we're gonna obviously get all into all of that. But before we do that, we're going to go back to 3 years earlier. So now we're going to get part of the story of how we ended up here. With that being said, they are starting to walk. They come upon Dan, who is being Dan. We're back to like pre-Dan sitting in front of his TV crying for no reason. He doesn't know why he's crying. Dan is completely checked out because
just
of course,
mumbling to himself.
right. I love that Sawyer's like stop. Like Juliet immediately goes to like let me go console him, and then he's like, "Where's Red at? Like where's Redhead? Like what's going on?" Because yeah, Charlotte is gone. Her body is not there, which that's a little interesting. But yeah, they are sitting there, and he just kind of explains to her she died, and she's not here anymore. Her body disappeared. We don't know why. I think Juliet's like trying to like, okay, Dan, explain the situation, and he's off talking about mac and cheese and I don't know what else. Like he's like not there. I don't know.
The Joey Tribbiani sitcom.
Yes.
I know we didn't care too much about Charlotte, but it is really, really sad that like her body just like when they flash and they move on, like her body just I guess stayed where it was. So she's just like out in the jungle, just left to rot. It is sad, like especially like someone you care about and then their body just vanishes in front of you. Like we didn't care about it, but Daniel did.
Yeah,
it is sad.
I do think I agree with you. I think it is extremely sad because like not only is he dealing with her death, like and feeling helpless with that, but then like now she's gone. Like you know what I mean? Like to have your loved one just like you can't even mourn over them anymore because they're like disappeared. Like sad.
And I hadn't actually thought about it, but we'll get to it later. Like we're also like she's gonna end up losing the body of someone she loves, Amy. So it's like this idea of just losing, not being able to properly say goodbye or like bury the person you loved or whatever.
Right.
It's interesting that it happens twice
Like
in this episode.
Yeah, the parallel. Yeah, for sure. Well, Sawyer comes up with a brilliant but horrible idea of going back to the beach, and Miles is like, I'm not going back there. Flaming arrows, that's a horrible idea. And he's like, well, if you don't like it, you can just do what you need to do. We're going back to the beach. And like Juliet, again, coming in as the voice of reason. Yeah, let's go to the beach. It'll be grand time. But I do love that she immediately, as they're walking to the beach, calls him out. She's like, this is a stupid idea. Come up with a better one by the time we get there.
I disagree. I think it's the best plan. Like, what else are they meant to do? That's their home, and there's other people that were on the island that flash. Like, if everything settles down and they stop flashing, and you're left on the island, everyone's natural instinct is going to be to go back to what's familiar to them. So if you're trying to like meet back up with your people, I think the beach is the right place to go. I don't think it was a bad idea from Sawyer.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea, but coming from literally the last time they were at the beach, they had flaming arrows at them, took out some of their people. Like
we flashed past that. We flashed. We're not back there.
Like we don't, but they don't know that. So like, I think what the thing should have been is like, let's go and like scope out the situation, see what's there. Like, because even he's like, we'll rebuild, which is like, I mean, that is again a smart thing. Like, okay, so what if the stuff's not there? We rebuild. We started from nothing anyway, and we built a kitchen on the beach. You know what I mean? So like, his idea of it is a smart thing to do, but you also have to think about where are we and what kind of dangers are we going to encounter. You know what I mean?
I just had like a crazy. Can you imagine if they planned so far ahead? Imagine in the pilot when they all crashed on the beach, if they like went there and it was like, there's already shelters here. Like, what is this? And then it turns out like Sawyer and group built the beach camp.
Right.
This isn't something that happened. I don't know why I'm talking about it, but it would have been really cool if it did.
They're like, oh, we already have a kitchen. We don't have to struggle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's a half-built SOS sign. What's that?
the half-done SOS. But as they're heading back to the beach, they hear gunshots. They hear people talking. Sawyer's like, let's go check this out. And Miles is like, no. I sometimes am very much with Miles. Like, why?
Yeah.
But they go and check this situation out. We see that there are two people. They are manhandling a woman. There's a guy on the ground. They put a bag over her head. And Sawyer looks to Juliet. He's like, you got my bag? She's like, always. So they go and take out, and she 100% had his back because he went and said, hey, guys, like, stick him up. And the guy turned and immediately went to shoot at Sawyer, and she shot him without a second thought. Immediately shot him.
I really love as well that they check the rules with Daniel. They're like, do we interfere? Like, what do we do here? He's just like checked
Yeah.
out. Like, whatever happened, happened. They're like, if you interfere, you're meant to interfere. If you choose not to, that's always what was going to happen. You're like, whatever you
Yeah.
choose is right, essentially.
I like hearing like the different time travel rules and like characters like checking in to make sure how it works. I mean, like every movie or show has different rules for time travel. So
Yeah. But I mean, that is a good point too, that like, again, Daniel is so checked out. He's like, I don't care what you guys do. Go do whatever. It's fine.
Go for it. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, Juliet and me, to the point, even Sawyer was like, did I shoot? Like, he checks the gun. Like, did I actually hit the trigger? Like, and no, Juliet has saved him. She does have his back. Of course, the second guy goes to turn to shoot Sawyer. Sawyer shoots him. And so then now they go and pull the bag over the lady's head. She's like, who are you? Well, we didn't think this far ahead. Hi. I'm Sawyer. Obviously, he doesn't say that, but like, we have this whole situation now of like, we went to save this girl, but we didn't have a plan. Obviously, they moved really quickly to save her life, which was great. But like, yeah, she's now going to start questioning this. But with that, she does go to her man, and they start to come up with an idea of like what they're going to do. And she's crying over her man. Of course, they're like, "All right, well, let's go." And she's like, "Well, no, crap, we have to bury them. There's a truce." Well, what truce is this? This is like, we need more information here. We have to bury them. We're going to bring this guy home. And Sawyer's like, okay, fine. Bury the two people. Take your buddy home. And she's like, it's not my buddy. It's my husband. That was my man that is now dead. Sawyer's like,
day for you.
Right.
Can I ask, I don't know if you remember as well, Jake, or have we heard about the truce before? Like, when we got all the Ben stuff, did they mention about a truce between the hostiles and the others? Sorry, that's the same groups of people. The hostiles and the Dharma Initiative. I can't remember if that's revealed here or if we already knew that was a thing.
I feel like it's probably been mentioned, but I can't explicitly remember when a truce was talked about before. But I'm sure it was, and it obviously makes sense for like these two competing sides on the island, two completely different civilizations, basically. Making some sort of truce and then having like wars over like said truce. Like I think that makes it interesting, and that would make sense logically for anybody who's living on this island, or two competing groups living on the same island.
It's also really sad, like we're learning about the Dharma people here and getting to know them. It's like Ben's gonna sell all these people out and get them all killed. Like this truce is going to be broken in a bad way. Like, Ben's going to gas everybody.
Well, I think also, like, I too don't remember if it was ever been talked about. Like, I'm sure it's like something in passing, like that
or maybe
said,
implied,
like,
or
something. But like, I remember watching this for the first time and being like, oh, okay, I need to know more about this truce. What is this? Like, why? You know what I mean? Because like, also, does the truce involve like? Here's the thing too, is like, obviously they have a truce of like not to be around each other, and you kind of hear a little bit more with Richard talking about it, and like they really don't give us much details on it. We get some kind of an idea of like, we're not supposed to mess with each other, basically. So like, who's in the wrong here? Were they out, where the hostiles had every right to kill people, or did the hostiles come in and kill for no reason? You know what I mean? Like, who's on the wrong side of this? Like, who actually broke the truce? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my head went when I first watched this, of like, who's in the wrong here?
It's kind of to get into a serious topic about like indigenous people and colonists who come in and take the land. It's like they were already here, and then these scientist people come up and set up their sonic fences and their little shelters and stuff, and it's like, do they have the right to be like doing this on the island? It's their island. They were there like long before. Does it mean you should kill them? Maybe not. Like, there's faults on both sides, but yeah, it's an interesting kind of moral dilemma that they kind of flag up but don't really dwell on. I think those are the fun things with Lost, that you can go down that rabbit hole and really spend time thinking about if you want to, or you could just watch the show and be like, cool.
Right. I mean, again, it's always kind of like, Lost loves to leave it open to your own interpretation of the show. But I mean, I was just meaning like, yes, of course, like Dharma should not have done what they've done because they were here first, obviously. But I'm just meaning as in Amy and her man, like they were obviously set up for a nice romantic picnic and things happen.
Yeah.
Like were they supposed to be there and the hostiles were just attacking them for no reason? Were they where they were supposed to be in the hospital? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know where this happened.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So,
And
anyway.
even if they are in the wrong place, like, they're just having a picnic. Like, surely there should be like, they're not messing around or like doing anything bad. They're just eating dinner, like having a romantic meal. Like, probably don't deserve death for that.
Right. But I know they definitely don't deserve. I just meant, like, are they like where
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, so Amy is a little bit they grab Paul and they take off with Amy and they're heading out and they're talking, like, what are we gonna do? Sawyer's like, leave it to me, like, nobody talk, I've got it, like, I'm gonna come up with a thing. And then all of a sudden Juliet yells, Dan, stop. And of course he's about to walk into the fence, the fence that we all know. And I love that Juliet immediately is like, turn this off. Looks like some sonic boom thing.
I don't know anything about this thing, but it looks like maybe it's a sonic fence we shouldn't walk through. Like, really good job, Juliet.
I do also love that Sawyer's like, I thought I was going to do the talking. She's like, well, Dan's about to die. What are we going to do? Like, let Dan die. But anyway.
Like there's an untold story of this show that Sawyer just really doesn't give a shit whether Daniel lives or dies. He just... For some reason, he's just like, Daniel. He just seems to have a problem with Daniel. He's like, he was going to fry. And so he's like, oh
well.
It's only Daniel.
It's only Daniel. But yeah, so with that being said, Amy, of course, is very skeptical. Where was your boat coming from? And what happened? Who are you? All these things are like, hey, we just saved, Sawyer's like, we just saved your ass. Like, who cares? Like, let's go. Turn this off. And so she's like, okay, it's off. And they were like, you walk first. She's like, okay. And so she walks through and Sawyer's like, great. All right, cool. Now that we understand each other, we're going to all get this situated. As they walk through and they find out that Amy has lied and they all get sonic boomed to the ground. And she pulls out little ear plug things. So yeah.
It's funny that they all walk through like in a direct line. It's like, come on, guys. Also, when she's going to the box, pretending to defuse or whatever, you see her slide out like a little package. Mm-hmm. So like she grabs the earbuds that she puts in her head.
Well, it's also really funny for me. Like I picked this up not this time, but a couple. Like I didn't notice this at first. So when I was like watching this, all these times I've rewatched, it's only been like maybe like the one before this or the time before that. I don't know. But if you hear when she walks through, a really high pitched thing goes off.
Yeah. Like it's still on. Yeah.
Yes. Like you hear, like it's very subtle, but like you definitely hear a high pitched where you're like, that didn't sound like it was off. But
also, this comes back to, I just hate the rules of the sonic fence. Apparently, you can go over it just to get around it, and apparently, you can also just put some cotton in your ears, and that's fine. Like this is supposed to be like security, like a defense. There's so many ways to get around this stupid thing, as long as you know at least a little bit about it.
Right.
Well, I mean, also later, like Richard's gonna say stuff about this fence too, so like we're gonna get a little bit more information about this fence.
Richard works it out, yeah.
Right, he's like, fence. Who cares about your fence? But if we go back to 3 years later, obviously Amy is in trouble here. She's giving birth. We've seen this like shindig before. She is not doing well. The guy is like, she needs a cesarean section. The baby is breech. We normally ship our women off to the mainland to give birth. She's early. So is that how, like, did Ben just mess that up, that they were supposed to be shipping them off all along to like the mainland and he forgot that stuff? Like, I don't know. But
Ben was like, no, we can solve this. They're going to stay here and I'm going to fix it.
I think the answer is Ben just didn't give a shit.
But with that, Sawyer immediately, he's like, well, you suck, and I'm going to go get the person that can save her. And so he goes and gets Juliet. I love that Juliet went from like miracle worker, baby, everything, to now she's just working on cars. She's a mechanic. She's like, hey, how's it going? Like, got a little sander going. But he immediately fills her in. Amy's in trouble. She's having the baby. And she's like, what? And he's like, you need to do it. She's like, no. We made a deal. I'm a mechanic now. I don't do this. I cannot take any more loss. And he's like, dude, you're the only person that can save her. Like, go do your Juliet thing. Like, and she's like, okay.
I also think it's really interesting that both on island and off island during this 3 years that we've kind of seen somewhat of, all sides are lying. You've got the people off island, the Oceanic Six, lying about, how they got there and all that. And then on the island, you've got Sawyer creating this lie about who they are and how they got to that point. So it's like everyone's created a lie rather than trying to explain the actual crazy truth of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy truth, but we'll get to that in a minute because I do love those lines that Miles brings up here later. But so they bring in Juliet. She, like, of course, the doctor's like, who is she? She's a mechanic. And he's like, she can help her. And, like, obviously, Amy's like, I want her. You know what I mean? But, like, Juliet goes, like, right into, like, her, I need these sutures. I need this. I need that. Like, she started rattling it off. But Amy's like, no, I want her. And Sawyer's like, haha, we win. Go away. And Sawyer does go outside and he's greeted with Jin. And Jin's got some information like, how long do we look? Obviously, they've been still searching because we're going to get some more information of that story of like why they've been searching, how they got into the Dharma, all these things here in a little bit. But he brings up this point to Sawyer of like, how long do we look? Like, how long are we going to keep this up kind of situation? So obviously Jin they're all in the Dharma, but Jin's been doing his own recon, which is going to work out very well for our Oceanic Six that showed up. So
also, It's interesting that during this 3-year time jump, we see Jin just speaking perfect English now.
I was just going to bring that up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you
go.
I noticed it. I was like, wow, Jin learned perfect English now. It's really great. So
yeah, he kept those lessons up.
He did. Those pants don't make you look fat really worked out for him. So
he just repeated that for 3 years.
Over and over again, yes. But anyway, Juliet comes out, she's crying. Sawyer's like, oh my God, what happened? Shoot. Like, I might have messed this up. And she's like, no, baby's born. Everybody's fine. It's all good and gravy. Like, I delivered a baby on the island. Like, you can feel like Juliet, like the emotion that she's probably feeling in that moment. Like, I just feel for her because like she watched a lot of women die. And to have this like win, like, because even Sawyer had said to her, like, maybe this bad stuff hasn't happened yet, which maybe it hasn't, or maybe she just got lucky with Amy. Who knows? We don't really have that answer yet. But, like, I mean, I feel so much for Juliet in this moment that, like, this has to feel all kinds of emotions. Like, she's happy, but she's, like, sad. Like, why did I save her, but I couldn't save these ones? Like, I can't imagine what's going through her head in this moment. But good job, Juliet. You saved a baby and a mom. Good job. Of course, we go back to our 3 years earlier here, and this is where we're going to get really the buildup of this story. Horace and Sawyer are chit-chatting. He wants to know all about his information. Sawyer's like, my people are okay. Why are you talking to me? Why are you asking me these questions? And he's like, well, they told me to talk to you because you're the captain of the boat. And Sawyer's like, good God. Good job, guys. Like, good job. You stuck with the lie. You said I was the only one allowed to talk. But I love that, like, Sawyer had even said this, like, when he was telling everybody, like, let me do the talking. He's like, I've done this for a living. Like, I'm well versed in this. And we see that because immediately once Horace confirms that they, like, stuck with the lie of the ship crashing, he immediately goes in. We were we shipwrecked in a storm. We were on a salvage vessel. We were searching for some of our crew because they were missing. Like, he flawlessly goes into this lie, but he's also not lying because they're trying to find their people that left on Oceanic 6. So,
also on top of that, he says we were on the search for a old slaver vessel called the Black Rock. So it's like, again, using his on island knowledge to, create a plausible lie. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I literally wrote Sawyer's amazing story because he comes up with this so quick and it's so fluid that, like, we all know that he's lying, but, like, for somebody listening to this is a very believable story. Like, he doesn't falter on it. He doesn't, like, you know what I mean? There's none of that. He just has all the knowledge of it. And I think it's fantastic, which shows all of his con man times. While he's having his chit chat with Horace tells him, fantastic. You guys have to be on the sub and you got to leave. Like, thanks for saving Amy. Thanks for thanks for everything, but you got to go. And Sawyer's like, well, let us look for our people. And he's like, well, no, you got to still go on the sub. If your people show up, we'll put them on the next sub. Like, but you guys have to go. You're not allowed to be here. I also love that he throws in this thing here of saying, only people here are the hostiles in Dharma, and you're not Dharma material. And then we know that he's going to become like head of security. It's just so funny to me at this point. But yeah. So as they're having their chit chat, we do see the rest of our group over there. And this is what made me laugh, of Miles being like, we're so screwed. He's probably trying to talk time travel in there. Like, he has zero faith in Sawyer. And it's like again, Juliet, she had files on all these people too. So she really knows. She's like, we're fine. If anybody was going to go in there and talk, we're fine. Sawyer has got it down pat. But she's also kind of not paying attention at this point. We see her kind of looking around, and they're like, what are you doing? And she's like, I lived here for like 3 years when Ben did all these things, and all these people are probably going to be dying. So don't get attached to these people. And I lived in that house over there. And so she's really having this reminiscent moment. But also, again, like the emotions that Juliet probably went through in this episode of just like, I was trying to get off this island. I got so excited about a freighter. Then the freighter blew up. Then we were time traveling. Now I'm back stuck here in Dharmaville. That used to be Otherton. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this poor girl is going through it tonight. But in the meantime, we do see Dan also staring off to the distance. And we see baby Charlotte that technically wasn't born yet, but they forgot and put her in there anyway. All the things. It's totally fine. But
yeah, I knew as soon as I saw the redhead little girl, I'm like, oh, he's going to see Charlotte. Like that they telegraphed that as soon as she popped up. So
also during the scene where Daniel's kind of just sat mumbling to himself when Julia comes up to him, one of the things he's saying is, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell her. And then you cut to him as they meet Amy and crew on the road, where he's like, whatever happened. You can see him kind of grappling with this, like, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can change. I guess whatever happened. And then he sees her, and it's like, it's really cruel. It's cruel for Daniel to now be in this position where she's there and alive, and he knows that inevitably there's nothing he can do to change the path that she's on or change what's going to happen to her. But even though he's a logical person, a scientist and all this, like, you can tell there's just a little part of him that's like, maybe I could, like maybe there's something I can do.
Yeah. It's the holding on to hope, especially when you have that love like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're throwing all logic out the window, even though it's very clear. It's like Sawyer wanting to dig down to save like, you're throwing logic out the window just because you want so badly of a good outcome, you know?
There's a saying in football, it's the hope that kills you.
I do also love that, like, Lost threw this redhead in there, but didn't confirm it with Charlotte, being like, will people think it's Charlotte? Will they maybe think it's somebody else? Like, you threw in a redheaded child. Of course, we're all immediately going to go to Charlotte. Just like have
died like 2 episodes ago.
Right. I mean, like, at least, like, I just expected that maybe the mom to be like, Charlotte, hold on. And, like, maybe that's why she turned around, so that it was like, because, like, you're leaving this open and it's obviously not open. This is 100% Charlotte. You know what I mean? So, like, anyway.
You do hear the mother talking, and she is British. Right. So, like, there's things like that where I do wish they didn't feel the need to be so on the nose. Like, you can hear the British accent, you can see the redhead, and if people get it, they get it. If they don't, well, that's on them. They're not paying enough attention.
Right, you're stupid then. Yeah. But anyway, so as baby Charlotte runs away, we have Sawyer showing back up, and he fills them in. I love that Horace is like, your captain will fill you in on what's going on. And Sawyer's like, bad news, guys. We're getting kicked out. We're getting kicked off the island. We're not allowed to be here. But as they're going in through all this, a massive alarm goes off. And in that alarm, they rush them into a house. They're like, watch these people. And these lights, like massive, like spotlights are turning on. This is a whole shebang going on. And as that happens, they're looking out the window, and Hot Richard shows up. And I do love that both Juliet first just like, oh shit, like closes her eyes like, we're so screwed. And then Sawyer's like, son of a bitch. Like, how are we going to explain this one? Richard knows us. We're so screwed here. But Horace and Richard, they are talking where, my guys, you guys broke the truce. Like, I shouldn't even be here. This is where he also brings up the fence of it all. And he's like, your fence is nothing. I don't care a crap about your fence. But
This
he
is
said,
such a joke.
I know, but he does say something that I thought was worth mentioning here. He does say the fence is meant to keep certain things and people out, not me. And so we obviously remember with the Juliet and Kate situation, like we saw that Smokey can't like pass it. So like, it's interesting that like, why can Richard, like, do you have some, like, obviously you never aged, but like, is that because you never age, you can just pass through? Like, I think that was a huge thing. And I know I had so many questions when I was watching this for the first time of like, what did he mean by that? Why does he have the power to go through? Like, it seems like, you know what I mean? And then I love that Horace is like, make sure the fences are on max power. He already told you, dude, that it didn't matter, Horace. God. Are you still drinking? What's happening here?
Drunk on power.
Yeah,
I
but
also, just prior to the Richard thing, I just love Miles, where they're like, oh, they're shipping us off tomorrow. And Miles is like, why is this bad news? Wait,
Right.
they're sending us to Tahiti? What? Like, and we're upset? Like, and it's an interesting question. Like, they've been stuck in the wrong year. They're stuck in 1974 at this point. Like, would you want to go back and just live out your life in the 70s? Or, like, I don't know, maybe stick around. Maybe we can fix all this. But they have a chance to just take a ship home and live in the 70s. You have, like, so much knowledge about the future. You could make millions.
you definitely could. You 100% could. I also like, and we're gonna see Juliet kind of grapple with this situation too a little bit later. But like, that's all you guys want. Like, you were all ready to get on the freighter to leave. Now you're getting ready to leave. Like, but I know that the point of it is like, but Locke said he's gonna bring them back. So if we leave and they bring them back, like, then what? Like, then are they gonna be screwed like us and spinning in it? Like, there's so many questions. So I agree that they are like, we're sticking here. Like, calm down. We'll come up with a plan. But that plan is about to present itself to them because Horace comes in and he's like, how well did you hide those bodies there, buddy? Because we got a problem here with our buddy Richard out there. And Sawyer's like, well, depends on how hard they look because I didn't do that good of a job.
Funny. I like that he doesn't bullshit it. It's just like, I don't know. It was a rush job. What do you want us to do?
Right. Like, she told us to bury the bodies and bring Paul back. What did you want from us? But Sawyer says, let me talk to him. And he's like, no. And he's like, listen, I'm not a Dharma person. You can't boss me around. I'm going to go talk to him if I freaking want to. Like, Sawyer just doesn't give a shit. He's like, I'm going out there. And he does. And I love that he walks up and he's like, hey, Richard. And Richard's like, do we know each other? Like, why do you know my name? And again, like, Sawyer, this is risky because you're in the 70s. You don't know what the situation is with Richard. You didn't really have a relationship with Richard. Like, for you to go in there balls to the wall and be like, did you bury the bomb? Like, he does not hold back. Did you bury the bomb with Jughead on it? Yeah, remember that bald guy that walked in here? He goes into it, which is really impressive though, because immediately it grabs Richard's attention. I love that Richard's sitting there like like so confused, but like knowing that Sawyer is saying all this truth. Like, I can't imagine being Richard sitting there in that moment to be like, I don't know who the hell this guy is, but he has all kinds of knowledge and you're a little scary for having that knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little terrifying to be like, never seen this guy and he has way too much knowledge. You know what I mean?
But also, like, Richard knows that this island is special and he's been there for all these years. And I think he's like, we've talked about being like like a go-between. He's like just always there, but maybe he doesn't have the full picture. He's just he accepts that there's crazy things going on in this island. When Locke told him in that meeting, he said Jacob sent me, right? Or did he say that to Widmore?
No, when he went into Richard's camp, he said, I'm your leader. I'm your future
Yeah,
leader.
that's what he told him.
So it's like, so Sawyer given all this information, it at least gives Richard an understanding of, okay, there is something else going on here, like on the island that I'm not aware of, but he's not lying and it's not Dharma's fault. Like, right. I think it's something that Richard can at least accept.
Right. Well, and I mean, he does, because I mean, yes, I wasn't aware of your truth. I'm a random person, random Joe Schmo here. But Richard's like, well, my people need an answer and they need a resolution to this. And obviously we're going to find out that Sawyer made a deal to give up Paul's body. And so Horace and Sawyer come in. Of course, Amy is over Paul's body. very distraught wife. She just lost her man. And Horace is like, I really think that they missed the moment to be like, we're going to need to take the man instead of we're going to need to take the boy. Like, I feel like we really missed a moment here, Lost. But no, he does inform Amy, like, hey, listen, we're friends. If you don't want to do this, we'll deal with it. It'll be fine. And she's like, no, Paul wouldn't want that. Take his body. Let me get his necklace off. Like, let me have a keepsake. And they take Paul and everything's fine in the world. Good job, Sawyer. You made a deal. And now you guys get to stay. He's like, you can stay for 2 weeks. You can stay for 2 weeks and search for your people. And then we're going to call it good. And we're going to, thanks for helping us out. Attaboy, pat on the back. Good job, Sawyer.
Yeah, I'm definitely wondering, like, why Richard and the others, like, why Paul's body matters so much as, like, that bargaining chip for them. And then obviously the necklace, as soon as like Amy just kind of like grabbed it off his neck and they showed like the relic cross or whatever it was, like, I'm like, okay, clearly they want us to see this as something important. So
yeah.
So I went to double check because I was like, I don't want to accidentally give spoilers, but no, I double check and it's correct. When we see the statue at the beginning of this episode, the thing in its hand is the same symbol that the necklace that Paul has. It's the same thing. Like, the statue is stood with holding it in his hand. I was like, I didn't know whether to mention it, and I was like, I'm going to look at what we saw in the episode.
I was going to bring it up, but it was such a quick thing that I was like, maybe it wasn't brought up, and I don't want to like spoil. I did the same thing of like, I don't want to spoil anything. So, like, but it's not a spoil. I mean, it's a statue. I mean, but it is interesting that there's the two pieces together. But yeah, but no, I love that Michael and I are both like, is this a spoiler?
Well,
anyway,
this is where I'm like, I'm not sure, because these are the things I did look up, and Jake's not in a position where you can look them up. So it's like, I put this together by searching it when I watched the episode, so I guess it's informing. And I also know, like, I looked at what the thing is, and I don't know if you know much about ancient Egypt, but
I know
history there.
A couple things, but like not like I know that's like an Egyptian symbol. Like I've definitely seen that before, but I don't know too much else beyond some like Egyptian gods and like symbols and stuff.
Well, we're not going to tell you. With that, we do have Sawyer goes and finds Juliet. She's sitting right by. She's like, I'm not missing it this time. No bald guy's going to blow this one up. I'm sitting right next to this thing. I'm getting on this submarine. But Sawyer,
imagine time travel and Locke comes up and just blows up the submarine again.
Oh my god, I die.
He's like, I'm not taking any chances with this sub. Absolutely not. She wants out, and like, again, she brings this up to Sawyer, like, I've been here. Like, you guys have been here for whatever it was, 90-something days. I've been here 3 years. I've been trying to get off. Ben kept lying to me. Like, I need to go. But Sawyer also brings up a point. It's 74. What you're going back for isn't there anymore.
Right.
Like, which is also sad. Like, she finally has a way off the island, and then she can't go back to her sister, and, she can't even have that. Again, the emotions of poor Juliet in this episode. But with that, he does say, give me 2 weeks. He said we can have 2 weeks. Like, maybe our people come back in 2 weeks. Give us 2 weeks, and then we'll leave and we'll, go have fun and off island and party it up and like all the things. And he's like, you got to have my back. Like, I love that he's like, this also made me laugh because later on we're going to see Jen talk. He's like, I mean, Jen's like not a great conversationalist because we know that Jen is like struggling with the English at this point. And then of course, he's talking great English later. So I just thought that was a funny line that he threw in there.
And also like the evolution of Sawyer in that, like, Sawyer doesn't have anything to go back for in whatever year it is. So it's like the idea for Sawyer, I think, at least in the past seasons, to go back in like the 70s, like, would be fine for Sawyer. He can like start again. He can make use of the knowledge he has. But this Sawyer, after 5 seasons of developing into the man he is now, is like, no, I'm not willing to leave these people behind. I'm not willing to, them come back and then we've messed things up. Like, that's another thing where like past Sawyer wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have give a damn. Like,
been like, yeah, we're
look after himself, get off the island, screw the rest of them. But now it's Sawyer that's convincing Juliet, like, hey, we need to stay for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good conversation, and like you can just tell when it gets to the point of like, okay, now they have feelings for each other. Like obviously you have the music to kind of cue you on that, and then obviously like the way they're looking at each other. I mean, obviously, like it's definitely letting you know that by the end of this episode, they're about to officially fall in love.
Well, and I
Good
think
job with that.
yeah, no, but like they have really grown. Like, I mean, remember when like Juliet first showed up on the beach? He's like, "What is she doing here?" He wanted nothing to do with her. Like to see their progression of like like he jumped off the helicopter and shows up. He's like, "What are we drinking? Party time!" To now like this like real fondness of one another. You have my back, I have yours. We're together in this. Like we're the duo. I just think that this is such a like amazing progression of their friendship that now turns into love. I think it's great.
And that scene where she confronts Sawyer and Saeed when she's getting the medicine for Claire. He's just like, you two are gonna be like the moral high ground, and she like burns them both. And it's like to see them now, yeah, it's crazy. I also love that he's like, give me 2 weeks, like 2 weeks we can sort this out, and then the next cut is 3 years
3 years later, yeah. I know, poor Juliet. She had such a clear. She was ready to go, and then he suckers her into another 3 years. But obviously, in those 3 years, they hung like we left it at they were going to have them 2 weeks to look. So obviously in those 2 weeks, then they still didn't find them, but somehow infiltrated into the Dharma Initiative to him being head of security in 3 years. Like that's for you to be like randos that showed up and then they're trusting you to be head of security. That's a huge thing. So they obviously did something well here. But yes, as you said, we do get to the 3 years later. Sawyer's walking through Dharmaville here, grabs a flower, shows up to the house where you see this beautiful candlelit dinner here, and Juliet's cooking. He hands her a flower. They love each other. I don't hate this. I don't hate anything about this. I love this. I'm not even gonna be mad that she's macking on my man because it's adorable, and I think that they're adorable together. So no complaints for me here. If he can't be with me, I will approve the Juliet situation.
Yeah, I think that's like it's kind of an out of left field.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember being like kind of shocked, but then also like when you do watch it again, it's like, like yeah, it's been a subtle build.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of crazy that we've missed the vast majority of the story of how they got to this point. But I'm like, yeah, I can accept these two together, and they've like Sawyer's changed again in 3 years. Like he's much more kind of, I don't know, in a leadership role, which
Leader,
I don't think we'd have ever seen from Sawyer. Also, this is a weird parallel, but Sawyer has a flower that he gives to Juliet. When Juliet arrived on the island and Ben gives her a house, he's on like the doorstep with a flower as well. It's just interesting that like they both give her flowers, but like, Juliet did not want Ben's flower.
She did not. She did want Sawyer's flowers. No, I remember at first, like when I first watched this, very first time watching, I was not crazy about these two. I was like, this is like such a convenience. Like, who else is he going to screw on the island? Some random Dharma lady or something? Like, I just remember kind of being annoyed that this is that trajectory that they took us on to put them together. But out of like when I've rewatched it, like I do again, like I mentioned, that the like timeline and how they've like grown and like what this has grown into has been really beautiful. Like it was hate, then it was like sassiness, but like kind of somewhat respect. Then it became like a friendship, like where they both kind of kept each other like in line to, you know, just having this love. And I think that that's a beautiful thing to watch that progress into what it is. And so I have way much more appreciation and love for this little unit.
What do you think about these people, Jake, getting together?
Yeah, I was used to Sawyer and Kate together, but also like Kate's relationship is also complicated because I feel like she's also been with Jack as well. So it's kind of like she's not exactly super loyal to Sawyer either. And so I guess at this point, and we get that conversation with Horace here that we'll talk about shortly, where like Sawyer's basically like at the moment he feels like he's finally moved on. Although, as we're going to get to, I think this is about to be a very awkward reunion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's just, I never liked the Kate and Sawyer thing. Like, I think that they threw that in our face of like, this is supposed to be that like throw all inhibition to the wind. Like, we're just going to have sex in a cage. And like, there's no like root to their relationship, right? Where it's just like chaos and hectic. Like, yeah, do they have like some things in common? Like, they're both kind of the outlaws, like, but like it always felt like it was forced just because like they're two hot people wanting to go and have sex in a cage. Like, where I feel like there's so much more depth to the Sawyer and Juliet because of like how much he's changed. Juliet just has this respect for him, knowing that who he was. I don't know. I just love this. I stand this relationship is what the kids say, right? Is that what the kids say? I don't know.
Stan it. Yes, that is what the kids say these days.
I'm so cool. But anyway, so of course they are dating, and now we get to the section where Jake was talking about that Sawyer is sitting there bedside to drunken Horace, and Horace wakes up and he's like, "Wake up, boss. Do you want the good news or the bad news?" And he's like, "I want the good news. I'm still drunk. I don't know what you're talking about right now." And he's like, "Well, Amy had the baby." And he's like, "Oh no, shoot." And he's like, "Bad news is you missed it." And I think that is like such a dagger to the heart. Like, it is the simplest line. Bad news is you missed it. Like, don't be an idiot drunk out there with dynamite and like having a whole fit, because then you're going to miss these things. Like, you didn't expect her to go in labor. None of us did, because she was supposed to go to them. But like, now you missed it because you had a dumb thing. Why? I love that Sawyer's like, why? I'm so nosy and I want to know what this fight was about. I can't ask Amy because she just gave birth. Why were you guys fighting? And he brings up Paul. He said, we were fighting because of Paul. And he said that he had like didn't have socks, went to her drawer, 4 socks, found the necklace. And so this is where he gets into this, like, it's only been 3 years. Like, how do you get over someone? I feel like, I don't know how the Horace and Amy got together marriage thing. We missed a lot of this. Obviously, we have 3 years of stuff that happened. Like, what all happened here? But I think that this is like, is it enough time to get over someone? She died. She lost the love of her life. Like, is that enough time to where, like, maybe it was like, maybe she is with you. Like, I can understand why Horace, like, why they had that fight. Like, oh, you don't love me. Like, you still love Paul. But that doesn't mean she doesn't love Horace. Like, she did lose, like, tragically lose the love of her life. To have that memento and keepsake of that time that she had with Paul doesn't necessarily, I think you can have both things be true at the same time, if that makes sense. Michael,
I think Horace is a complete dick.
Yeah, I don't really like Horace either, to be honest. I think he's just a drunk that's throwing dynamite everywhere, and like he misses his baby being born. Like, I don't like Horace.
I just mean in terms of like the crux of the fight. I'm like, she's not wearing the necklace. Like, it's something that reminds her of a person that she loved, that she lost, that she like. That's totally normal. I think that's totally normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just having this keepsake that you keep in a drawer. Like, I think Horace is completely out of pocket, and like, to blame her for that, of like keeping it and have a big fight about it. Like, what do you want to do? Like, you're with me now, burn it. Like, fuck you. He was her husband, yeah, like, and he died. Like, she's moving on. She's with you, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't still miss him.
That's what I'm saying. I think the two things can be true, and I think Horace needs.
But he can't blame her for that.
No.
Or expect her not to. Expect her not to still feel for him.
I think so. I do agree with you guys. I do agree that why are you picking a fight with your heavily pregnant woman over something that's like, again, both things can be true. She can love you and still remember Paul. So I do 100% agree with you. But I think, like, when you think about back to Horace in this moment, like, I've married her, we're about to have a baby, it's only been 3 years. Like, I mean, that's kind of like, think about that too. Like, 3 years is kind of a very short time for somebody to mourn the love of her life. That, like, think about how long did you date? How long have you been, like, they're obviously at least 9 months into the marriage because she's pregnant. You know what I mean? But like, we don't know that, how long all this took, right? And so I think for Horace, he's just going about his day. He ran out of socks. He went to the sock drawer. He's thinking he's got this like lovely, like, everybody loves me and we're together and we're about to have a baby, and then pulls out that necklace. Is he wrong for fighting with his heavily pregnant woman? But also, I think for him to find that and be shocked, I think that he has value and has not a point, because there's really not, because again, you can have both things be true, but I think the shock value of that to be like, why the hell do you still have this? I thought we were married. I thought you loved me. I thought we were having a baby. Like, I feel like that is why, because we also find out that they, like, for Miles early on, Horace doesn't drink. Like, they literally said that Horace doesn't drink. So he's not one to get drunk. He's not like a drunk that he just was drunk and picked a fight with his wife. This was a complete, like, hit his heart, shattered it in a million pieces, and he just started drinking and fighting with his wife. You know what I mean? So, like, I do feel for Horace a little bit. I think the shock value, I think with Sawyer here being like, it's over. It's been 3 years. We don't care about it anymore. I think that maybe that's a little bit, maybe let's not get drunk and pick a fight with your wife. Let's go talk to Sawyer. Let's go have a beer, a Dharma beer, talk it out, and then you'll realize that both things can be true. So, yeah.
What I do love is Sawyer's part of this conversation.
Yes. I think that again, who would have thought all the way back to season 1 that we would have Sawyer in a leadership position here, being very much the voice of reason. He's been hanging out with Juliet enough that now he's the voice of reason to be like, yeah, 3 years is 3 years. Like, I don't even remember what she looks like. We know exactly who he's talking about. He's talking about Kate. He's talking about
100%.
And because that's also been 3 years, you know what I mean? Like, they are all on the same timeline, even though they're in different, like, 70s versus present. But yeah, he's like, dude, just get over it. Go be a dad. Suck it up, Buttercup. Like, basically, as Sawyer is saying that. But as we see that the next morning happens, they are sleeping. The phone rings and he answers it. He's like, what do you mean? What? No, don't bring him in. I'll be right there. Hangs up. Juliet's like, what happened to our peaceful night? We just got drunk on like wine and he brought me a flower. What's happening? And he's like, I gotta go. I love you, but gotta go. Like, see you later. And he drives out to the scene where they filmed. Like, this is perfect scenes, like cinematography. This is beautiful. This to be on this little like cliff with the ocean. Like, I love this. But he is pulled up there in his Jeep. We get the Dharma van pull up and we get our reunion. We see Jack walk out, Hurley walk out, and Sawyer's like, oh my God, it's been 3 years. Like, you guys took your sweet time getting your asses back here, but it's great. Good to see you. But then of course, Kate comes out, and this scene alone, like, is one of my favorite scenes of all time when he takes his glasses off and is like, shit, I just told the guy I got over her last night, and then like seeing her, I guess I was wrong. Don't listen to my advice, Horace. I fucked that up. But yeah, no, it's I love this scene. Just his face. He immediately goes back to, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just see it. There's no words. There's 0 words here. You see Hurley, like, Hurley's kind of like fearful in like his Hurley ways of like, he didn't really want to be back here, but like, oh my God, Sawyer, hey buddy, like, we weren't best friends, but I still love you. Like, good to see you. But like, you can tell there's a little bit of fear in him. You got Jack, who's like, okay, we made it back. Oh, there's a friendly face. That's not really friendly. We're not best friends, but like, at least I've got, like, we got to what we were supposed, like, I did what I was supposed to do. And you see like kind of the relief on his face. And then you see Sawyer of this, like, oh my God, I love Kate. Oh shit, I have Juliet in my bed at home. Oh shit, how am I going to explain these 3 random people that just showed up? And Kate's just sitting there with a stupid, goofy grin on her face. It's like, hey, I'm here to ruin your life. So that's how it ends.
Yeah, it's going to be very awkward next episode, I'm assuming. I as soon as the phone call happened, I'm like, okay, now they're finally gonna have the reunion. Like that's Hurley, Kate, and Jack arriving. So like I knew that's how they were gonna tie that together at that point. But like it was just like the rest of the episode, it was like at first I was confused what was happening, and now it's like, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
I also love that Sawyer does like the Alan Grant Jurassic Park reaction. Where he like gets up the car and he sees the Diplodocus or whatever it is. He takes the glasses off. It's like the same reaction.
Yeah.
It's like, welcome to Lost.
Which also they filmed Jurassic Park and Lost in the same location, so it works out.
Oh,
there we go.
I actually didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Oh yeah, no. Like, you can literally, when you go to Hawaii, they have signs of like Jurassic Park, Lost, like they have, like, so it's all right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So.
Yeah. So
right.
yeah, that's the end of the episode. Favorite, least favorite ranking.
All right, favorite is Sawyer. I mean, I think this episode, or James LaFleur, excuse me, James LaFleur, and I think just a really good Sawyer episode. He's the head of security now. just where he is now compared to when he started. I mean, Sawyer's character growth is amazing. And then least favorite, as I already went on a little bit of a rant, that at least it wasn't as bad as when Kevin does it. But I'll go Horace just because, I didn't like him in this episode because he was just a drunk, got into a fight with his wife over the fact that she still misses her first husband. So, screw Horace.
All right, Michael.
I think, that's just the correct answer. I think Sawyer's obviously the best character of the episode. He steps into a leadership role, like going all the way back to like the first couple of episodes of Lost, where it's like Jack versus Sawyer, and he's like, it's Lord of the Flies, like it's every man for himself. And now to see Sawyer like stepping into this role and doing a really good job, like he's really good at it, and it's like it's really nice to see. Sawyer, and then Horace. I felt bad for him when Ben gassed him, and like he closes his eyes. He's like, oh, he killed Horace. Oh, now I'm like, fuck Horace. I'm glad he got gassed.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. All right. Well, yeah, of course. Like, if I didn't pick Sawyer, like, I would be sick or something. I don't know.
It would be hilarious if you did pick Sawyer for this episode.
Right? No, it's not 100% Sawyer. Like, I pick Sawyer even when it's not an amazing Sawyer episode. But I'm sorry. Horace was completely screwed up in that moment. And he is
Don't you dare.
I'm doing it. It's gonna be Kate.
Don't you dare. It's ridiculous.
I don't care. She didn't even have a speaking line, and I'm making her least favorite character because she's about to come in and fuck everything up. That's
2 seconds of the episode, Kristin.
Yep.
She just stands there.
Yep. She looks stupid with her ugly, goofy grin. Fuck her.
What's she done wrong?
She showed up.
She existed in Kristin's
least
mind.
favorite character of the episode. Kate showed up.
Yeah.
You see how ridiculous that is?
No.
I would never make someone my least favorite character without good.
You made Turnip Head your least favorite character. I don't even want to hear your shit.
I was gonna say, Michael, you've also done Turnip Head and Bernard, so like
they deserved it.
Kate deserves it. She's about to fuck up this happy ending. I hate her. She can.
That's the Sawyer problem.
Maybe no, it's not a Sawyer problem.
If she gets in the way, like Sawyer should be more faithful.
No, she might as well have gotten out of the van and threw her top off because she's so horny for Sawyer right now. She needs to walk away.
I feel like
from you. Jesus.
I feel like I'm the only sane person on this podcast sometimes.
Literally, I'm the only one who's allowed to throw my tits at Sawyer. Okay, she needs to sit down.
God. All right. Well, with that, we will hit our episode rankings. So that is season 5. So LaFleur, I am trying to figure out where I would. I think Life and Death of Jeremy Bentham is still staying the number 1 for the season. For me, I'd say 2 or 3. Honestly, I could put this episode around there because once the whole thing played out, I enjoyed and understood what they were doing, and so I think 2 or 3 for me.
Can we talk about how very similar 316 and LaFleur are? Because we get like 5 hours before, 48 hours after. You remember like 316 like that? Like they're both literally kind of the same exact episode.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of. You teed it before. I know you think top 20. Personally, I think this is a great episode, and we've talked about how much like the top 20 are like 10 out of 10 episodes, and this is also. But like, I don't know. I don't think it's quite on that level. I think it's really, really good, but I would personally put it below 316 just because I love those top 2 episodes very, very, very marginally more.
Yeah.
You like 316 more than this one?
Yeah, I love 316. It's like my White Rabbit of season 5. I love 316. It's one of my favorite episodes.
I can see that. I'm gonna say number 2 for me. Honestly, I think for me it's above 316, but below Life and Death of Jeremy Bentham. Personally.
See, I agree too. I like this one more than 316, but I'm happy to not fight about it. Like if it needs to go below it, I don't care.
No, I've been outvoted.
Yeah, it
That's
seems
two 2s and a 3. So it's 2.
Yeah.
All right, LaFleur. All right,
I wouldn't crack it into the top 20.
Well, let's discuss it.
So
I'm just
okay,
saying my piece.
so Life and Death of Jeremy Bentham is at 16 here. So basically, if this were to crack the top 20, it's knocking out Do No Harm. I'm looking at, I don't know, like I honestly, I mean, it's a good episode. I don't know, like Do No Harm is like everything with Boone, right? And so
It is a hard
Actually,
one, right?
I hate Boone. Fuck it. Top 20.
Stop
Get Boone
it!
out of there. Get Boone out of there.
No,
This is my chance.
You hush.
Screw
You hush.
you, Boone.
No, I mean, like, let's dive into this really like as quickly as possible because we're already out over an hour. But Do No Harm. We've got the tragedy of Boone, poor Boone, rest in peace, and Locke being an asshole over that, and then we get the birth of Turnip Head. That this is why Michael wants it out of it.
They're my least favorite people.
But and then on this one we get kind of the like I feel here's where I'm at. LaFleur is obviously it's a Sawyer episode. I love Sawyer. I think this is a fantastic episode. But if you want to get into like what has more content, it is Do No Harm, and it probably should stay over LaFleur because LaFleur is like a bunch of these like we get some answers, but we still have so many questions. Where Do No Harm is one of those episodes where we have an ending of something and then the beautiful birth of another thing where it's kind of like that whole thing. So I would agree that Do No Harm probably shouldn't drop just yet.
Yeah,
All joking aside, I wouldn't put it above it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. After hearing that as well, like then it's just like reaffirming the fact. I think that in my opinion, I think LaFleur should not make the top 20.
Sorry, Sawyer. I love you, but I love Boone.
Oops. All right. Well, that is LaFleur. So again, like, share, comment, subscribe to the Tribe of Nerds. Come check out our other content. We got a lot of other great stuff. Check out our past Lost recaps. And next week, Tiny Hands should be back with us. So these Michael and Kevin can have their own Civil War. So as has been talked
Speaking of
about.
Civil War, I'll be on Civil War this week.
Yes, for the Road to Avengers Doomsday for our Marvel series. So absolutely go check that out with Josh, Michael, and I this week. So as we talk about Captain America versus Iron Man. So
People are, but yay for you guys.
All right, with that, we will see you all next time for more Lost on the Tribe of Nerds.
Love you, Sawyer.
You, Kevin.